Alright, how you doing, everybody? Welcome to my channel. You too can be great. This is the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 12 episode 2 review. Now, I'm doing this a little late. I just got home. I do a lot of driving, y'all. So I did say that I was going to do a review for this and also Love and Hip Hop. So here we go. So the episode begins with Cynthia and Kandi meeting up along with Portia to discuss what has transpired with the whole Sincerely situation. In addition to that, they wanted to kind of get a little bit of details of what the hell was going on with Portia, because y'all know Portia ain't been saying nothing. She hasn't been divulging what we all need to know about what the hell has been going on with her and Dennis. All we know is what's in the tabloids and what's on the news and what's on the gossip columns. We don't know because she ain't talking and Dennis ain't around for us to ask him. So she's sitting there down, and then Cynthia and Kandi are like, well, I don't want to pry, but what's going on with you? So Portia tells them that first, she brings up the Sincerely situation, asking why it is they didn't tell her. And Kandi makes it clear to her that she didn't want to be the one to give her that information, because we know that last season when Kandi wanted to let her know that the man that she was trying to be with and marry, and she's not trying to really research and let her know, got tattoos of all these women on her. She said, I licked them all the same. When Kandi was trying to tell her that, hey, he falls in love too quickly, he does this, this, and this, and he keep buying gifts to people because he got all this money, she said, wrong road, wrong road. So Kandi said, I don't feel like I'm comfortable. I'm not the one that's going to come here and tell you about Sincerely because of the history we have. And I understand where she's coming from, because Portia didn't want to listen before she got herself in this situation. Then she asks why Kandi, they talk about why Kandi even brought up the Sincerely situation or felt the need that it was her place to say something. And I felt like Kandi was being messy, and I don't know why the hell she felt the need to say something. She could have kept her mouth shut and just worried about her party and her baby and the stranger that she felt was carrying her child at the party, more so than starting shit with Portia. I felt like it was just a petty bullshit, but this situation is gonna now drag itself out because Kandi is running her mouth and being messy. But Cynthia is now also carrying the bones and letting people know what she thinks is going on and what this person says and what this person says, and in her confessional saying, I didn't think it was going to happen this way. Why, Cynthia? Why would you even say that shit in the first place? But here we go. In this conversation, Portia lets him know that Dennis had the audacity to ask her ass for the ring. The fuck? You cheat on me. You literally cheat on me while I'm pregnant with your child that looks like you just threw up and and I had her because she's a carbon copy of your ass, and you over here screwing all these different women, making me look like a fool because you think that I'm dumb enough to ignore the fact that you cheating on me. You got the nerve to come up here and ask me for the ring. Excuse me, if I'm the one that embarrassed your ass on national television, if I'm the one that did all this to you, looking stupid in front of these girls to try to warn me that your ass weren't shit, then you can ask me for the ring. If other than that, I'm keeping the ring. I don't know why the hell Portia gave it to him anyway. I would have kept that ring and said, I dare you to come and get this. Come get this ring. I dare you. Walk into my house and come snatch this off my finger, because you ain't getting that back. I deserve this. I earned this. I didn't carry your baby, had this baby, and you want to go cheat on me? You lose the ring forever. But she gave it back. And I'm thinking to myself, this man, I don't know what the hell is wrong with him, why he felt the need to ask. That's some bitch shit for me, but he did. Anyway, the next thing we have is Eva. She's been doing Portia's show because Portia's been grieving her relationship. So she's been the one on Dish while Portia's on leave. And she says she's been there for a long time because it's been a long ass leave. Cynthia calls Eva and tells Eva about what Portia said to Kenya about Eva not wanting to bring her kids to the party. The drama begins because Cynthia is now carrying this. She's like the new Sheree in this season. She thinks that she'll be the new Sheree because she's calling all these people and running her mouth. Because now after that happened, Eva's pissed off, and while Eva's pissed off, she says a lot of things that I don't think are the best dealing with the situation, because she brings up the whole nappy-headed insult about all these women calls them nappy-headed. And I know that right now people are worried that are asking if she is a colorism issue, because now that's akin to a racist statement. But I wouldn't attribute that statement to her being a color, being racist. I'm not putting her in the same caliber as Evelyn Lozada. I feel like in this particular situation, this situation is just being taken out of proportion. It's just been blown out of proportion. Eva has a right not to bring her children to the party. I personally just won't go. If I don't want to go to the party, if I don't trust Kenya, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go by myself. I just won't go. But she has a right not to bring her kids. And when people are now blowing things out of proportion because she was having a normal conversation with Portia, and Portia decided to go and run her mouth to Kenya because she wants to take the heat off people talking about her and Dennis. That's what that was. I peeped that. I know what she did that for. She wanted to start something because she didn't want nobody asking her about Dennis, and she didn't feel like talking about it or thinking about it. So she used Eva as her target. And now everybody's going to make this situation a big deal when the fuck is not. So Eva's pissed off about it. So she's now mad, and she's angry. So she's speaking her mind. Next thing, we got Kandi in Brooklyn on the phone with Marc. Kenya lets us know that Marc has 2 kids prior to him, which I already knew because I stated that in the previous video that I did. But she also lets us see what kind of dynamic that I've been talking about since last episode, when they made when the huge deal was about her taking the kid from the guy. I wasn't worried that, you know, I'm not oblivious to stranger danger and her not wanting a strange man to be holding her baby. But I figured that she invited this man to her party, so she must know the person. And if you're inviting me to a party to see the baby, then I'm assuming I can hold the baby you're inviting me to the party to see. That's just my take. Otherwise, don't have a party at all and don't have this person around your baby. But here, she took the baby because she said that Marc would get upset. But we're on the phone and Marc is like getting mad at her, or not really getting mad at her, kind of like scolding her, saying that she put gel on the baby's hair and that the baby, and that Brooklyn looks like a dude. Then it went from there to him complaining that the dog's in the house and he don't want the dog in the house. I mean, it was just like some petty dumb stuff that I'm like, you know, nitpicking. And Kenya's like, she feels like she has to walk on eggshells when, you know, because of some of the stuff that he gets mad about. And I feel like, yeah, you do have to walk on eggshells because this man is complaining about you having gel in your own daughter's hair. Like, it's not that deep. It's gel. And she said she didn't even have gel in her hair. That it's just laid down. And the dogs being in the house. She said the dogs have had the dogs here for a long time. What's the issue? And I didn't see the dogs around the, you know, Brooklyn drooling on her, licking her, putting germs on her. I didn't see none of that. I just saw the dogs on the floor chilling. I just don't see what it's like. You're talking to him and he's just complaining about dumb shit. So I see where Kenya is coming from, not wanting anybody to touch the baby because she just don't want to go ahead and fight with her man. She just don't want to do anything to cause a fight with this man because everything sets him off, apparently. But here we go. The next thing, we got Cynthia and Noelle in the car. And Noelle tells her mom that she's fluid. Basically, she likes guys and girls, and she don't care who she falls in love with. But she can eat the poon, and she can go back and forth. Is what I'm saying. She can either be with a girl and be happy. She can go with the guy. And Cynthia lets her know that she's shocked. She didn't think that she was being fluid out there in college. But if that's what she wants to do and what makes her happy, then so be it. It's a scene that was set, that was put out there because Pride is coming up and Cynthia's gonna be on that float, as we see next episode. So is Nene. So it's akin to that situation, her being in Pride and her daughter now saying that she's a fluid individual and she can go both ways. It kind of goes hand in hand on, you know, and stuff like that. But the next thing, we got Kandi, Ace, Marlo, and all the kids are at the jump house, and we got to see a different version of Marlo this time around, because Marlo is usually the bitch. She's the one who starts issues with people. She's the one who always got something smart to say. She spent last season making fun of Eva and her clothes and saying Eva has no character, and she's always picking fights with people, and it's like she's the Heavenly of Real Housewives. You got to go through her before y'all actually stabilize yourself. If she's not doing that, she's riding up Nene's ass. So she's never had a peach. She hasn't. So we always see her starting shit, and that's what she's on the show, is to start shit. But this time around, we got to see a different side of her that I appreciated, because she's with her sister's kids, and she lets us know that her sister's schizophrenic and bipolar, and that her sister's kid actually called her to come pick them up because the mom was being sent to a mental health clinic, and the kids knew to call Marlo because they knew that Marlo would take care of them. So now she's got the kids for 5 months, and she's basically Monty is what she has them call her, because she's a mommy and an auntie taking care of kids that are not her own, and she's doing it because the sister's family, and she knows the mental health issues. So we got to see a good side of her as she's dealing with Kandi and Ace while they're at the jump, and I think that this is more side of Marlo that I want to see more often than the bitch side that we see all the time that gets on my fucking nerves because she always got something smart to say. The next thing we got Portia and Pilar at home, and Shamia brings her baby Shia, who I haven't seen until now. Shamia is beautiful, by the way. Her dark self is just gorgeous. They drink a bottle of 5% alcohol, and I'm thinking, is Portia still breastfeeding? But she later let us know that she wasn't breastfeeding in the first scene. I had to go back and look at that. Like, she's drinking alcohol. Which, anyway, she's, you know, they're drinking. Portia lets us know that Dennis ended up spending the night, and she fucked him. I'm looking at Dennis, and I don't know why the hell all these girls are fighting over this man or trying to be with this man. I figured it might be his money, but no amount of money in the world is gonna make me know. I just don't see that happening. Then Portia slept with him, so I'm thinking, oh, maybe he knows what to do with his equipment. Maybe his weapon, he knows how to use it. Maybe it's long enough. Maybe it's big enough. Maybe it does the job, you know, does exactly what it's supposed to do. I don't know. But he came over, and after she has all these embarrassment in public going on, she sleeps with him. But she wants to let us know, the viewers, that she doesn't want this mishap of her fucking him, knowing that he's been kicked out of the house and he asked her for the ring back, doing dumb shit again, Portia, that she slept with him and that she doesn't want him to get the wrong idea because the next morning he gonna go and kiss her on the lip like everything's fine. I said, well, you slept with him, girl. what you expect. Men are they're very simple people. If they really want to be with somebody, they will go and be with that person. If they have no respect for that person, their actions will follow, will follow accordingly. You kicked this man out, or you said he left after a few days of y'all fighting because you didn't found something out on his phone that you yourself said he tried to turn it around and didn't want to take responsibility for. Then in the midst of him, after he fucked up and embarrassed you, he asked you to give him back the engagement ring. The nerve. Then he comes back to your house and you slept with him, and now you're thinking that you want to say, I don't want to send the wrong message. You've so far sent every wrong message in the book. Okay, now you're talking to Shami about it, saying that, oh, it's just an itch, people make mistakes. I get that, Portia, but you still continue to make the same mistake with the same man because you don't listen to people when they tell you that he's fucking around or he's doing all these things wrong, dirty to you. I think that he feels like Portia's stupid and he can do whatever he wants and she would look the other way. Now he shows up, sleeps with her, and she allows him to do it. The next thing we had Kenya with her new car, meeting up with Cynthia, and they're at an energy shop because Kenya is now going to drag the situation that Eva said that she has bad energy, and she's going to make it seem like it's a huge drama because I don't have bad energy. I took offense to her saying that I have bad energy. Kenya, I've seen you through all the seasons. You entered Phaedra's marriage with Apollo. You thought Apollo was handsome, and to a certain point you were flirting with him. You had an issue with Nene. Apollo, your friend fought Apollo's friend. Your energy has not been pure. So when Eva sees you and says that she has not had a good experience with you and your energy is not something she wants to deal with, or something she doesn't know yet, she still has to get to know you, it is not an insult. What you're doing is you're trying to find a distraction. Your marriage makes you uncomfortable. You're not able to be yourself. You're not able to show your authentic self because you're walking on eggshells. You didn't have this beautiful daughter that you wanted so much, and now you're sitting here not having the type of fairy tale marriage that you would like. And so now you're focusing so much on your daughter, and every little thing you're grasping at straws and saying you're pissed off because now you're saying Eva said something about my energy and I'm just so distraught. And you didn't drag Cynthia's talk too much ass into the situation, and now saying that Cynthia does flow. The friendship, she flows wherever the wind takes her. She gets along with a lot of people, yes, but she flows. I don't think that she has a certain loyalty particular to somebody. I think that she's friends with Kenya. I feel like she's cool with Eva. I feel like she's friends with Kandi. I feel like she's pretty much cool with everybody in that, in this reality TV. However, I feel like the one person that she had extreme loyalty for was Nene. But after the Nene situation and things are going sour, I feel like she's out here making other friends and she just don't give a damn. But she's running her mouth the wrong way. But here she is having a conversation with Kenya, and Kenya is saying that she's defending Eva. She's taking Eva's side. Like, whose side is she taking? I'm like, Kenya, you sound stupid. And as it pertains to this situation, you sound dumb. Eva has a right not to have a child there if she doesn't want to. If you don't want her to come, don't invite her. But she has a right to do what she has a right to do. And if she doesn't like your energy, she doesn't feel like you were warm to her, that's her opinion. And you have to get over it. Sorry. So, here we go. One of the things that Kenya did say in this particular scene that kind of got me is Kenya says that she hopes that Cynthia is not picking her friends, her man, the same way that she picks her friends because of her taking sides with what she thought she was taking sides with Eva. And I said, Kenya, you said that you hope Cynthia is not picking her man the way she picks her friends. Well, she picks your ass. And as we know, you about to go through a divorce. So I don't think that you have a right to be telling people what to pick and what not to pick, because you haven't made the right choice yet. You had one guy who was beating up, who was breaking your car window, crying that he's in jail for beating up somebody. You got another guy who didn't want to claim you. Then you got this one who is, after 2 years and is controlling everything that you have, is leaving, but you want to now clock what Cynthia is doing. Girl, bye. Then we have the next scene where Cynthia, Eva, and Kandi, they go to this flawless outfit shop because Cynthia wants to find an outfit for her pride float. And this is where Kandi points out that Cynthia and Kenya are not close. So why the hell is Cynthia and Eva are not close? So she don't know why Eva is right here, because I was shocked too. They're not close. They're cool, but they're not close. But they're in this scene together, and I'm feeling the same vibe as Candy's feeling. I don't know if she's building a relationship with Eva or if this is just some fake shit because she misses Nene. I don't know. But they bring Kenya's party up, and Eva's talking about Kenya's energy, and she said that she don't know Kenya, and that her eye color, she don't know Kenya's eye color. She don't know, any info about her husband. Eva also says that Portia is telling everybody's business and not her own, which is fact. Portia is doing everything she can to not have to face the bad decision that she made, so she's using Eva as a target, even though Eva's helping her ass out of the dish. So I see what she's doing. However, This is when Eva makes that comment that she, you know, she's not fucking with all these bitches. You know, this female's this season. She's pregnant. She has a few months before she drops this baby. She's not dealing with the bullshit. And yes, she doesn't know Kenya. And she doesn't have to bring her kids anywhere. She doesn't want to bring the kids. Fact. Then the next scene we got is Portia's on her way to therapy because she wants to go see a therapist with Dennis, because Dennis suggested that they go see a therapist that night that he came to fuck her for free and then leave her. Then during the therapy session, we didn't get to see what's happening, but we did see Portia come out of there and she's bawling and she's holding her eyes and she's crying. I'm thinking to myself, damn, what happened in therapy session? But she goes home and her sister comes to see her and she explains how she didn't watch her sister go through several cheating situations with her man, even though they had kids. Now she's watching them trying to co-parent, and she sees that her sister has been strong and kind of worked through it, but at the same time she didn't think this is going to be her reality, because she felt like she gave Dennis a fair chance. She ignored Kandi. She ignored the entire world where they're telling her that Dennis is the type of guy that's going to fuck around on you. She gave this man a fair chance for him to now admit in the therapy session that he did fuck somebody while she was carrying their child at the most vulnerable point in her, you know, in their stage of their relationship, one of the most, and they're engaged, and they did a whole show, I think, after this, where they were portraying the whole family and trying, you know, get her having a baby and stuff like that. So she felt completely betrayed and she's bawling. And even though I'm kind of irritated with Portia, because I felt like she set herself up for something like this to happen, because she was so oblivious and she said she don't want to know, she just wants the money and her man, and she was happy and she was in love with him. I felt for her when she was crying in this last scene, because I'm thinking that she's coming to the realization that all this time she's wanted this child. She got the child, but she might end up being a stereotype single parent at home with, you know, saying that she was engaged to this man and he didn't cheated on her, and what's she gonna do? And Dennis, bawling his eyes out at the freaking therapy session like he's the victim, now admitted the truth, and it took them going to therapy for him to tell her the truth. Why you ain't tell her the truth the day you asked her for the ring? Why didn't tell her the truth the day that you would try to leave the house, act like she did something wrong? Why didn't tell her the truth the day you showed up to sleep with her, and, you know, when y'all are fighting? Why? Because you wanted some ass and you're hoping that you could do all these different things, why, you know, to make the situation better. Why didn't tell her when you sent her 200,000 some odd flowers to her mama's house, making her house look like a damn morgue? Dennis is playing Portia like she's a fool, and Portia has a choice. The decision she makes is very pivotal. I get that she has a family, but if she chooses to stay with Dennis, which I saw that I think there's tablets saying that she got her ring back and she chooses to stay with him. When people are willing to disrespect you to this magnitude and continue to lie to you until they're backed against the wall, knowing that Portia wasn't going to leave, I feel like Dennis has the propensity to do this, or has the potential to do something like this again. I don't feel like he thinks that Portia is a strong enough, smart enough woman to check his ass when he goes out of line. I just don't. And I feel like Kandi was right when she said that this man falls in love with everything and anything with a pulse. He got all these people's names attached to him. He feels like he has all the money in the world. So his ass, who I don't find attractive at all, can get all these different girls because he has money. And he got Portia, who's also very beautiful, and he's playing with her emotions. He didn't have a child with her, and he's over here sleeping around on her. You have a daughter, for God's sakes, and this is what you're gonna do to the woman who has your daughter? I don't feel like he has enough respect for her, enough to even marry her. But Portia, I hope that she finds herself and makes the right choice eventually, but at least now she can tell the girls the truth, that this man cheated on her and they were right about him. So I feel like you asked for this, you're gonna have to deal with this because you chose this. You don't want to listen to nobody. You have to deal with this accordingly, but hopefully you make the right decision in the future. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm gonna go ahead and do the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood review. There are a couple things I want to touch on that episode. I'm not gonna go over every single thing, just enough for y'all to know what's going on. But please like and subscribe and ring the notification bell. And you guys have a good evening. Bye.